Let's check out the Capital One starting lineup for the Florida Gators, who will be the visitors here in Game 2. Ava Brown, monster at the plate yesterday, went 3 for 4, a 2-run home run, a 3-run home run. The righties were terrific. The lefties, not so much. Let's see if they can change that today against one of the best in the business, Nigeria Kennedy, at 24-5 with a sub-2 ERA and over 200 strikeouts on the season. Only Niger and Nebraska's Jordy Fromm can boast of those numbers. Texas Tech wins. They go to Oklahoma City. Florida wins. We hang out another day in Gainesville and play tomorrow in a winner-take-all. Taylor Shoemaker will start things off. The lefties that I just teased went 2 for 20 yesterday in Game 1. Significant since there are 6 of them in the batting order.
Well, Beth Nyja does a really good job of attacking that outer half to lefties. She's known for that rise ball, of course, and the changeup, but that screwball helps her expand the zone away from those lefty hitters.
There were 6 yesterday. They changed their lineup, so there's 5 today. But the big 3 of Shoemaker, Jocelyn Erickson, and Kenley Cahalan were very quiet yesterday at the plate. For the Gators to have a chance, they've got to make some noise. As Shoemaker fouls that one off 2-2. Number 5 this year in the country in hits, 2nd in runs scored. Shoemaker reached base once yesterday, so that's 58 out of the 62 games played. She's been aboard.
Well, that last pitch is the screwball. It's off the plate. Great take by Shoemaker.
That's the pitch she struck on against Nyja yesterday.
And draws the walk to start things off.
Well, Nyja Kennedy is known to attack the top of the zone because she's got one of the best rise balls, and she throws it at multiple levels. She'll throw it low and get the swing and miss, but she'll also elevate it upstairs, getting in your eyeballs. It's the changeup that sets up that pitch, but it's the ability to spread that zone, stretch it to the lefty. She's dominant. She's got that power in that changeup.
Erickson, her first swing of the day, and what a tone setter for the lefties against Kennedy right out of the gate. It's 2-0 Florida.
How about the response? Gators coming out today, understanding they were going to face Nyja. You get this 70-mile-an-hour pitch, screwball on the outer half. This is the hunt zone for the Gators. This is where Nyja Kennedy loves to pitch those lefties, and Jocelyn Erickson making a statement here. 21st home run on the season.
The big 3 yesterday, guys, were 0 for 11. And now they start out with a walk and a home run, and that has put a charge into the home crowd. Erickson now 1 homer shy of tying the single-season Florida record.
And you know Tim Walton talked to his lefties about that particular pitch, and they capitalized on it. Erickson hitting that pitch. It was elevated. It was not going out. It was going up, which is a massive mistake on that screwball.
So now they have hit home runs off of Nigeria Kennedy in 2 of the last 3 innings. They got one off of her late yesterday and early today. And how does the 2-time National Pitcher of the Year respond here against Ava Brown, who launched 2 of them out of the yard in Game 1?
Well, her second one was off of Kennedy. The first one was off of KT.
Caitlin Terry. Misses upstairs.
Well, the biggest thing Ava Brown's doing right now, she's hunting in. You can tell by the front foot where it's open, looking for that Kennedy power. She gets the changeup for strike 3, which is a perfect pitch. knowing exactly what Ava Brown was set up for. She was looking for that power screwball, power rise ball. Instead, she gets the changeup up in the zone for strike 3.
Yeah, and that pitch elevated above the belt. Typically easier to identify when it's up.
One down for Townsend Thomas. One of the other home run hitters yesterday for Florida, the redshirt freshman out of Humboldt, Texas. Outstanding athlete, not only on the softball diamond, but on the track and field as well. Sat out a year ago with an injury, was their first base coach, the most skilled first base coach in the country. Had a chance to watch how the flow of a game works, how the chemistry of a game and the communication from one player to the next helps. Trying to go a little short game here.
She has all of the tools. Got a little more pop, especially back half of the season. She can go to that short game slap. We usually try drag bunt once a game, and right now Nyjah working very quickly. A foul ball, a little more time there, but she is definitely working quick.
And a called strike 3, back-to-back, 2 down.
Well, after the home run on the outer half, Nyjah's starting to work on the inner half to the lefties, and I think she's going to have to. She cannot be predictable and just be on that arm side. She comes inside to a low rise ball, and Townsend, she's like, that might have been a little inside, but second strikeout for Nyjah.
Here's Kendall Grover, one of the 3 seniors in the starting lineup today, trying to extend their careers another day.
Yeah, we're talking about how quick Nyjah has been going. They're trying to slow her down a little bit.
Two-run home run from Jocelyn Erickson to start out the game for Florida as they jump in front early, and now Kennedy trying to respond by striking out 3 in a row. It is the 9th home run given up in the 5 NCAA tournament games so far for Tech pitchers. And what a relief for Erickson, who had not been able to go deep for a while. Just 1 home run in her last 22 games, and she ends that drought in a big way here. 2-2 pitch coming. And she does strike out the side, all 3 looking. But a deep ball from Jocelyn Erickson with Taylor Shoemaker aboard. And a hot start for Florida. And ESPN's presentation of college softball on ABC returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
For Mia Williams, this was always going to be a dramatic super regional. She was playing for the Florida Gators last year and made it to the Women's College World Series, and they got in the transfer portal. She was one of the top talents in the portal last season and ended up at Texas Tech. So as fate would have it, to get back to the World Series, she is going to have to win on this field today. Yesterday was very intense for her. She actually had a miscue that allowed the comeback to start for the Florida Gators. But that was not her final story here in this stadium. She was able to get up to the plate, and she said, I wasn't trying to do too much. I just wanted to be there for my team and pass the bat. Well, she did that with a game-winning home run. You know, she has been terrific since she joined Tech. Her batting average is up to .439, 80 RBIs, and 23 home runs. She said, I'm just trying to stay grounded with all of the conversation swirling around me this weekend here in Gainesville.
And she certainly did respond. There's a ground ball to short. Kenley Cahalan. 1 down. So Williams will lead things off. Our Capital One starting lineup looks like this for the Red Raiders. Oh, Love Bugs are with us again today here in Florida. Williams, Allred, and Quiroga were the home run hitters yesterday. All a part of 131 on the season, setting a new school record. And here's Jackie Liss. She's got 18 home runs on the season, was 1 for 4 in game 1 yesterday. One of the other big transfers out of Southern Illinois. In fact, most of the starters have transferred in the last couple of seasons under Jerry Glasgow. Just a couple of recruited athletes, including the starting shortstop Haley Toney, and they have built a powerhouse in a hurry. Liss fouls that one out of play. Keegan Rothrock got the start yesterday, no decision. And she's back out there after 4 innings of work and 74 pitches about 24 hours ago.
Yeah, when you look at her line, she gave up 3 runs. None of them earned, however. The defense a little faulty behind her.
Gets the swing and miss from Jackie Liss.
And that's what she didn't have yesterday. The swing and miss was missing, but already starting with that rise ball at the top of the zone, she's got one of the best, and if she can throw it at the perfect height, this is what will happen. She'll get that swing and miss. It's got to be at the eyes and continue to climb.
She only had 1 strikeout yesterday, and she's already matched it here through the first couple of batters.
That strikeout was looking. She only had 1 swing and miss the whole game.
Here's Jasmine Burns, the DP. One of the All-American transfers. There were several of those. Last year at The Ohio State University, hit .455 with 25 home runs. That caught their eye in Lubbock. Numbers are down a bit this year. She was 1 for 5 in game 1, and it's been a real shuffling of the deck. Which cards fill out the lineup for Jerry Glasgow this year? 53 different batting orders on the season as he's trying to keep everybody happy, keep the hot hands, the hot bats in the lineup.
That's insane. 53 different lineups for just over 60 games. I mean, 43 different defensive.
It's also a luxury to think you have that much talent to be able to have that many different lineups.
And Burns draws the walk at a 2-out base runner. That'll bring up the All-American from Tennessee, Taylor Pannell. She has hit in 13 of her last 14, a streak that ended yesterday. She was 0 for 3, but was on base a couple of times. With a walk and a hit by pitch. Ground ball to third, and right there waiting is Grover. And through 1, and a must-win for the Gators. They've got the early advantage.
Nigeri Kennedy of Texas Tech has been one of the brightest stars in college softball, and she burst onto the scene early. 2023 NFCA Freshman of the Year, coming out of Topeka, Kansas, where she went to Stanford, leading Stanford to the Women's College World Series. She followed that up by being the best player in the country in 2024, the Collegiate Player of the Year. Then she transferred, shocking everybody, at Texas Tech, became a $1 million player, and was the NFCA Pitcher of the Year that year, and took her team all the way to the national championship game. The only thing missing in this incredible resume for her is a national championship trophy. A win today would send them to the World Series to get just that hardware. It's the only one she's missing.
Yeah, she threw every pitch last year for them in Oklahoma City. Just ran out of gas in Game 3 of the finals. Oh, so close. And she would love to cap it off by going back to Oklahoma City, trying to grab another one before heading off to play with the U.S. national team this summer, and has a terrific chance of making the Olympic team in Los Angeles in 2028. Gave up a 2-run home run to Jocelyn Erickson and then struck out 3 in a row. And here's Kenley Cahalan. 0 for 4. In game 1, was shaky at short. Smitty, you mentioned if they had cleaned up the defense and taken off some of the free passes, there were 6 walks and hit batters, 2 errors that aided Texas Tech. It's a different day today for Tim Walton.
Oh, absolutely. And a couple of hits that probably could have been fielded. So you look at all that together, if they just would have been cleaner defensively and been steady behind Rothrock, it would have been a different game.
Which is a normal Tim Walton team, usually priding on their defense and their pitching. It was an unusual game for them yesterday.
Fielding percentage number 4 in the country this year. Cahalan, and Williams is there at second, one down.
And he said it. He said this is one of the worst games that we have played all year. And you guys, they were within 2 runs and scored 8 runs. I mean, you think about that, knowing, put it in your back pocket, bring it into this game too, knowing this is a much better team than what we saw yesterday.
Pair of national championships just over a decade ago now at Florida. And Tim knows these situations. He's 3 and active coaches right now in terms of NCAA tournament wins behind Patty and Pat, Gasso and Murphy.
Well, and the Gators know that their offense is going to put runs up on the board. They just have to be a little bit better on the defense and pitching side of things, because Ava Brown, who's normally their number 2, was injured. I mean, she's been obviously swinging a hot bat. So it's about their offense, but putting
not available in the circle.
Exactly, 100%.
By the way, Patty Gasso's Oklahoma Sooners leading Mississippi State 2-0 in the 3rd inning. That's a must-win for the Sooners. It was a rough go for the Blue Bloods in college softball, including right here, Texas Tech. They're the new guys on the block, and Florida used to playing at the World Series, but the 2, the 3, and the 6 seeds all lost their openers, including the defending champs. And so Texas will have to try and win 2 straight, starting later tonight against ASU and Kenzie Brown, in order to advance. Another strikeout for Kennedy. The rise, and that's her 4th.
Well, Kennedy has a little bit of cut back underneath the hands of Walker. This is a really nice pitch. It's that rise ball, and you can see the movement coming back underneath the hand, so it's up and in to Walker. Can't catch up to it.
2 down for Ella Wesolowski. So this is the new right-handed bat in the lineup today for the junior from Western New York. Transferred in from Mississippi State.
She was the first batter Nyjah faced when she came in yesterday. Got hit by a pitch. Kind of stared her down on the way to first.
Yes. Hey, not by much, kid. Not by much. Not by much. Keep pounding. Keep pounding.
2-1. Center field, Davis on the track. That has room. A 1-2-3 inning for Kennedy. ESPN's presentation of college softball on ABC will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Right hand always over the left for the Gator chop. That's one of the things we learned this week. Trying to get back to the World Series. So's Texas Tech. They were there a year ago in the finals, falling in 3 games to Texas. And here is a look at your tail of the tape. Florida has been around the block a time or two. 115 NCAA tournament wins with 13 trips to the World Series. Texas Tech new to this postseason game, but quickly has become a powerhouse. Gators up early, 2-0 on the Jocelyn Erickson home run as we move into the bottom of the 2nd inning. And Caitlin Terry, who was at the World Series last year with UCLA, will step in.
Terry's had such a great year for Texas Tech. She's been strong on both sides of the ball.
Knew she had a good arm at UCLA. Weren't so sure about the bat, and that has been one of the biggest surprises in college softball this year.
I mean, look at the numbers.
The way she's hit.
These were over 100 points lower at UCLA last year. She was a slapper, you guys. 10 home runs this year. And I'll tell you what, you look at this stance. Watch her get in the batter's box. This is all, as you see the comparison, 257 batting average to 464, the hits, the RBIs. But look at this stance. She is facing the pitcher. This is all Jerry Glasgow. Look at her hands. The biggest thing he saw with her, well, 2 things. One, she needed to get both eyes on the pitcher. And you'll see it with a head turn, but I've never seen it where your front foot is almost even with your back foot. And look at how high her hands are. That was to get on top of the rise ball.
Rothrock gets her looking. Second strikeout for Keegan.
Well, expecting that rise ball with those high hands. This is a screwball on the outer half, and it just clips the bottom of the zone. Nice pitch, great location. Picks up her second strikeout, this one looking.
So already more K in the scorebook than the 4 innings she threw in game 1 yesterday. Here's Maya Davis. Continuing her fabulous career as one of the best hitters in the country. And the first base knock of the day for Tech. And that'll bring up Lauren Allred. 3 for 4 in game 1 with a 3-run home run and an RBI single. In her second year after transferring in from Louisiana, where Jerry Glasgow was also her head coach.
She's been red hot. Look at the numbers in the NCAA tournament. Hitting 500. She's got 2 long balls. Big part of that rally to come back against Ole Miss.
Yeah, she had the grand slam to help them erase an 8-run deficit in the last inning. They won in extras.
The last inning with 2 outs.
Yeah. Texas Tech has scored at least 10 runs in all of their postseason games so far in the tournament.
Amazing.
With a lot of big innings, including that one against Ole Miss.
Rothrock just looks different in this game. I mean, just her ability right now to be able to get inside of the hands of Lauren Allred. The velocity is ticked up too.
I think the weather may be
absolutely
having a very good impact on her. It was smoking hot yesterday and sunny.
Sunny. Yeah, it's a little bit of cloud cover, so it's a little bit cooler.
Still using that rosin to keep the sweat off of her pitching hand, but
it's humid, and that absolutely affects you as a pitcher. Also, the way the ball moves.
Allred got under it. Townsend Thomas now under it. 2 down.
I think the biggest key for Rothrock is pitching from head, always important, but the defense behind her. She's not going to strike out a ton. This is a Texas Tech team that only had 149 Ks coming into today's game. They just don't strike out a lot. This is going to be a more pitch-to-contact type of game for Rothrock. They're going to have to catch the can of corn and make the ground ball outs.
Langi Quiroga gets the start as the catcher today after a big day at the plate yesterday for the junior from Los Angeles, an RBI double and a solo home run in the 10-8 win. Langi missed the month of April. She was on a leave of absence from the team, just returning for the NCAA tournament. Slices that oppo, and there's Wesolowski. No damage done. 2 complete, 2-0 Gators. Well, Matt, Oklahoma trying to force a game 3. Here's your last 4 champs, including Texas last year. They're on the ropes. They need to win tonight against ASU to force a game 3. And, of course, UCLA on pace to just destroy all the home run hitting records individually and team. And Florida State back in 2018. Of course, that Oklahoma group had the 4-peat. They have 8 national championships. Patty Gasso hoping to grab a 9th. That would set a new record for coaches. Of course, UCLA, the all-time leaders in NCAA play with 12 titles. They can win today to get to the World Series. Gabby Comia grounds to first, and here comes the top of the order. They are the ones that did the damage against Kennedy back in the first.
Yeah, we'll talk all day about Erickson's home run, but to me, Taylor Shoemaker working the count against Nyjah on the screwball. Again, a pitch she struck out against Nyjah on yesterday. Took it twice for that walk.
A sophomore from Fullerton, California, who Tim Walton calls the alpha personality on this team. not only does she get on base, guys, but she finishes the job. She has now scored in 52 of their 63 games.
Well, that's the marker. I mean, when she's on and they're scoring.
Fair ball, extra. Looking for 2, maybe try for 3, and she'll hold at second. And a runner in scoring position for the home run hitter, Jocelyn Erickson.
And this is where Taylor Shoemaker, even freshman year to sophomore year, this was a pitch she would have inside out. This year, she pulls it down the line for a double. Just continues to grow as a hitter. Jocelyn Erickson coming up to bat right now. The home run that she had, her last at bat.
First hit of the Supers for Shu. Taylor has the home run record with Brittany Schutte at 22, and now Erickson sits one behind them at 21. Opposite, and that'll fall in. They're going to wave Shoemaker around. The throw way off the line, and Erickson will be thrown out at second base, but she drives in another run for Florida, and it's 3-0. Good cutoff there by Tech to get the out on an errant throw.
How about after the home run swing, we just see her barely get enough. I mean, she's literally just strong enough to find and fist this ball into left field to get a hit. If Caitlin Terry had had a good throw, I think they might have had a chance for her at home. But a great job behind the plate to get the runner at second.
That was green light all the way from Tim Walton, wanting to put pressure on the throw, and it pays off for Florida. Here's Ava Brown.
Well, interesting on that play, too, is Caitlin Terry was running in with her arms up, trying to dink Shoemaker to make her think she was going to make the catch, but then came up and did not have a very accurate throw.
That goes a long, long way with foul. What a response for Jocelyn Erickson. You know, that was a sleepless night last night, tossing and turning. The big three really struggled. And now Erickson and Shoemaker have already been responsible for all 3 runs up on the board.
And you can tell the adjustments already this Florida team is making against Nyjah. Protecting on the outside, barreling up rise balls at the top.
Gets a swing and miss there for out number 3. Another run up, the RBI single for Jocelyn Erickson, 3-0 Gators. Let's get you caught up on the Super Regionals around the country. Congratulations to Tennessee. They are the first and so far only team punching a ticket to Oklahoma City. It was a big day yesterday for the underdogs. The defending champs upset by Arizona State, and then the Bulldogs shocked Oklahoma in Norman. Their first Supers loss since 2015. So now ASU and Mississippi State are a win away today from shocking the softball world. Tennessee allowing just 1 run in their 2 games to beat Georgia. And on the other side of the bracket, shaping up like this, all those games coming later today. Alabama, UCLA, Arkansas, and Nebraska all 1 win away from advancing. It's a must-win here for Florida after Texas Tech won yesterday 10-8 in a slugfest. Jocelyn Erickson, the story so far for Florida, has driven in all 3 runs. And Keegan Rothrock back out there in the circle to go to work against Haley Toney, and then the top of the order with Mia Williams on deck. One for 9 so far in the NCAA tournament. was terrific last year as a freshman starting shortstop. Rock solid. Was dynamite in the World Series last year. Had a hit in every game for Texas Tech.
Well, and all the lineups changes we've talked about for Tech across the year, the one thing that's been constant, Haley Toney at shortstop. It doesn't matter what she'll hit. Jerry Glasgow has talked about that. He wants her in that critical position at short.
She and Maya Davis out in center, the only returning starters. And Rothrock hits Toney. She hit a couple yesterday. And that's the number 9 batter that gets a free pass. And here comes Mia, the hero of game 1. That one appeared to get her right between the shoulder blades.
Yeah, it's rare to see a hit by pitch up and in so dramatically. A lot of times it's getting the arms, the hands, lower half, but that one was square in the back.
That just got away from her right from the start. So here comes Mia Williams, the former Gator, grounded to short her first time up. And she gets hit for the 3rd time in the 2 games.
Rothrock obviously having control issues, rise ball inside to Toney, and now trying to come inside. Same thing, you can see her hips a little bit early. Just clips the back knee of Williams.
College softball, you do not have to make an attempt to get out of the way if you're standing in the batter's box. So here comes Jackie Liss, who's almost out of the back of the box. Sitting deep against Rothrock. Struck out her first time up. Two for 6 in the NCAA tournament with a runner in scoring position. First big chance of the day for the Red Raiders. Liss goes opposite. Wesolowski backtracks, reaches up to get it. Runner at second will tag, and Toney heads over to third base with 1 out. Send it down to Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, something developing down here. As you know, it rained today. We were delayed by an hour because of a pretty substantial rainstorm, and it is thick and humid down here on the field. Keegan Rothrock, after those 2 hit batters, has been powdering her forearm, her hands, the rosin bag. You see her doing it here, really trying to keep that forearm everywhere she might be touching the ball or wiping the ball so that she's got some tack and some grip. This humidity is causing her some issues right now.
Yeah, Holly Road is so difficult to pitch in very humid environments like this. The sweat just literally drips into the palm of your hand.
Burns should be deep enough to get a run in. Almost a collision. Shoemaker makes the catch and the throw not in time to get Toney. And Jasmine Burns has a sac fly to make it 3-1.
Jasmine Burns just missed this one too. She ended up elevating it. Launch angle about 10 degrees too high. Otherwise this thing leaves the yard, but a good job of finally getting on the board for Tech.
The throw came all the way through to home, but Williams does not move over to second base.
Yeah, and it was definitely out of reach of a cut. I'm surprised she did not advance to second.
Taylor Pannell grounded to third her first time up, looking for her first hit of the series. Pannell sends one deep and foul. It is possible, by the way, if Texas Tech advances, they would be on the same side of the bracket as Tennessee. And, you know, with all the transfers now and big names moving around, it's becoming more commonplace, like Mia Williams, for example, to run into their old teammates. Rothrock up 0-2. And a timeout. Jocelyn Erickson, who is a member of the USA national team pool this summer, is out to chat.
You just have to be so careful with locations. A lot of times you're calling a pitch, and after that long fly ball from panel, just making sure, hey, if I'm calling a rise ball here, I want it way out of the zone, 0-2. This cannot be a pitch she'll hit.
Gets her to pop it up. Comia fighting the sun. That's trouble. She loses it. And more infield issues for the second game in a row for the Gators. No sunglasses, no eye black, and she could not find it.
This is so disheartening at times for the pitcher because you induce the pop-up, you're thinking third out of the inning, but you can see immediately that Comia is not able to track this. This is where the infield needs to be talking to her. You almost have to basket catch over your head if you can. Cahalan, try to call her off.
Well, and for Comia to just let everyone know you don't have it.
Yeah.
You gotta communicate. We talk about communication when you're calling it. You also have to communicate, I don't have it, because Kenley Cahalan could have come over and caught it.
Yep.
They had a couple of infield errors yesterday and a couple others that could have been. And now the drop pop-up. Scored a single in your scorebooks, and she never made contact with the ball. But a free opportunity here for Texas Tech and Caitlin Terry. It's something that has popped up of late for Florida. Not a good sight to see.
Well, no, I think it's the bottom line. In their last 11 games, they have had 12 errors. I mean, it is just very uncharacteristic of this team that is typically so strong defensively.
Tech has been really good with 2 outs in this postseason run. Now Terry with 2 on and 2 out. Struck out her first time up. Her name is atop the stat sheet. Best batting average on the team. With good slug too. She's got double-digit homers. We were talking about her stance her last time up. Just for the first time in softball history, we were told she has 2 dominant eyes. She wants both of them on the pitcher.
Yeah, we asked her if it was that back eye, the left eye, left-handed. She's like, I don't know. I think they're both dominant.
Whatever it is, it's working.
Unique stance for sure.
Takes a strike there.
And she's hunting rise ball, and you can tell by the takes that she's had low, the strikeout looking her last at bat, and then that second strike there.
Yeah, and for a pitcher, you've got to understand what the hitter is doing, how they're getting into basically their load to figure out how to attack them.
1-2 coming. Terry reaches out for it. Thomas on the run, and she's got it in foul territory. ESPN's presentation of college softball on ABC returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Here in Gainesville, I'm with Texas Tech head coach Jerry Glasgow. Coach, you start off the first inning and Nyjah gives up a home run, comes back with 2 strikeouts. What went wrong on the pitch and how did she regroup?
Well, I think when we walked the first batter, it gave the impression that we're not, that we're not wanting to compete. And then the next batter goes up there with lots of confidence and probably she's trying to get ahead in the count, and then you get a 2-run homer. And then she struck out, I think, the next 3 batters to end the inning. It's always about attacking. Like, you have to come out and attack. We don't want to walk the leadoff batter ever. And it just sends a bad message to our team and a great message to their team.
You guys had some opportunities in that last game, or in that last inning. You got to run back, left a few on. What do you like about the approach at the plate right now?
Well, she's been shutting them down. She's got to hold them, and then we got to get her offense and make a run here. I think it's really important. We got 1 run back right there, get a little bit of a start, and then at some point we got to get the ball really rolling. But right now we just got to chip away and don't put too much pressure on ourselves to do it all at one time.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Nyjah Kennedy, typically so strong with that screwball on the outer half. She likes to use it to lefties to expand the zone. She'll get a lot of swing and miss on it. It's got a lot of great sharp movement. You can see how she uses it, really drives it through the zone and gets that late sharp break. But against Erickson, look at the location of this pitch. It is right over the heart of the plate. Not enough moving out. She'll throw that pitch about 19% of the time.
Thomas grounds out to short, 1 down.
And loves to hit that pitch on the outer half to the lefties, but she's got to make sure that pitch is moving away and driving through and out of the zone.
It's been a spectacular career. We've documented that. 1 win shy of 100. She's already got over 1,000 strikeouts. But teams have been able to get after her a little bit lately. The 5 earned runs allowed in the Ole Miss game and the regional, the most of her career. And now back-to-back games for Nyjah for the first time, where she's allowed at least 3 earned runs in a game. Fly ball out there, 2 down. Hey, the Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City on Thursday, May 28th, live on ESPN. We will have a quadruple header coming your way. One of the great days of the year as we kick things off from Oklahoma City. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all your NCAA championships. We know Tennessee will be there as the 7 seed who might join them. If Texas Tech wins this game, they are in. And if you'd like some more intrigue, as the 11 seed, they could try and become the lowest seeded team to ever win the national championship. A 10-seeded Oklahoma team won it a decade or so ago. Kenley Cahalan fouls one off. But right now, the Gators in front 3-1.
Well, you can tell these lefties, Smitty, are looking for that screwball there, getting up on the plate. Cahalan's front foot, as she steps, gets right on that line. She's looking away. But then taking the pitches off. And that's where Shoemaker had the massive walk. So this is where you have to understand. You're hunting a pitch up and away, and when you get this screwball, that's something you have to take. That's maybe an inch off the plate.
Cahalan rips into one, and it bounces away from Allred, and Kenley standing at second base. And she has her first hit of the series.
On the beauty of taking the pitch that's away, then you get a pitch more middle. Look at where this pitch is left. Again, going back to that screwball, Smitty, that you talked about. Hammers this one, and Kennedy is lucky she did try to lift it off the bat. 70+ miles an hour for a double.
2-out base runner for Madison Walker, who hit a home run yesterday. The bottom 3 in the order were on base 5 times. They scored 3 times in game 1. Walker, deep drive, way back, off the roof of the bullpen. 2-run shot for Florida.
How about Walker? A home run in yesterday's game off of Caitlin Terry to chase Terry, and now a home run on the changeup off of Nyjah Kennedy, a 2-run shot.
And seeing this pitch, the changeup, which has been really good for Nyjah early in this game. We talked a lot about the screwball getting hit, but a beautiful recognition of the pitch. And I'll tell you what, talk about getting this crowd on their feet and going. Hit it off the roof of the batting cage. That is 5 earned runs.
That ties Kennedy's career high. That is the 2nd time this postseason she has been tagged. And are they about to make a change right here? 5-1 Florida in the top of the 4th, and the Gators have chased Nyjah. Sam Lincoln is coming out of the dugout. Big development in a must-win game for Florida. They lead it 5-1.
Erickson to get the Gators on the board. Back in the first inning, he takes a screwball 2-run shot, and then Madison Walker getting a changeup down in the zone, getting underneath this pitch off the batting cage and left field. Remember, it was Madison Walker that chased Caitlin Terry. It was her home run that got her out of the game, and it was her home run that got Nyjah out of this one.
Samantha Lincoln, the 6-foot sophomore left-hander from Massachusetts, coming on. 7-0 on the season with a 3.09 ERA. It's her 24th appearance. Texas Tech, a Game 1 winner yesterday. Florida must win today to force a Game 3 tomorrow. And they have done their job thus far. Of course, for Texas Tech, they know that no deficit is too big with what they did in the regionals.
That's how it's been the story of the year. You have to stay resilient.
Yep.
If you have outs, you're in the game.
Here's Wesolowski. Lined out to center her first time up.
Which is also important for a pitcher like Sam Lincoln. And Jerry Glasgow has mentioned it. He said Lincoln is very important to this team. He's been trying to get her more innings throughout the year.
Draws the walk. By the way, the Walker home run, that is now 6 home runs in 11 innings this weekend for the Gators.
Well, and it also puts her at double digits. That was her 10th. So now they have 6 hitters in this lineup with double digits.
First time in program history.
7 of them now.
Yeah, one's not in the lineup.
Yeah.
With double digits.
The depth for both sides, pretty good, pretty good. Imperative for Lincoln to take care of Comia with Shoemaker and Erickson due up. Those two have been responsible for 3 of the 5 runs. And that's going to be trouble. 2 on base for Shoemaker. Now the infield hit for Gabby.
Use the ground. I mean, this is the name of the game for any short gamer. In the bottom of this lineup, Comia does a beautiful job of that. See how late she gets this? It's almost off home plate, and once it gets that second hop, no chance. Get down the line.
Shoemaker, a walk and a double, has scored twice, so with the 2 runs, she has tied the school record with 90 on the season. Tying the All-American, Skylar Wallace. Fly ball out to Caitlin Terry, and that ends the inning. But more damage done by Madison Walker.
How about the bottom of the lineup for the Gators? Madison Walker, the junior, her 10th on the season. Take a changeup and take in Nyjah Kennedy out of this game.
Welcome back to Gainesville. The Gators are on top 5-1, and Coach Tim Walton, your team has come out with a different energy, body language. I know that was something you challenged them on last night after the game. What do you see?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, obviously it starts on the circle for us with Keegan. Defensively, we got to play well behind her. You know, they're a pretty good team. They can put the ball and play pretty hard and firm. Yesterday, a topspin ball was eating us up quite a bit. But, you know, I just told them even after that last half inning, one mistake happens all the time. It's how you handle it. It's how you own it. It's what's going to make the team better. And we got to just continue to play with great body language and put pressure on these guys.
I like that. Keegan has seemed like a better version of herself today. She's more energetic out there, too. What's different about her?
Well, 2 bags of IV at post-game probably helped a little bit. That 44-minute inning didn't help things yesterday at about a heat index about 112. So we got her out yesterday more to protect Keegan than anything else. It was a terrible time for her, but she just didn't look right body-wise.
But she looks good today, and that's good news.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't want to lose. It's a game. We don't want to lose a game. You don't want to lose a series in a game. You want to lose a series in a series. So we got to do a good job of being able to keep our players, right and stay focused.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Go get it.
Well, and it's so important for pitchers to stay hydrated, and she was overheated yesterday. I'm sure those fluids made a big difference, but she's done a good job of controlling the strike zone, and the defense behind her has been outstanding, just the 2 strikeouts.
And at the plate, they're doing what Tim Walton says is the key to your postseason success. They're hitting with 2 outs, they're hitting with 2 strikes, they're 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And like most good Gator teams, they can leave the yard. They've got a couple of home runs today as well. So the long climb back now begins for Texas Tech, down 5-1. And Maya Davis doing what she does best. Will lead off the inning with her 2nd single.
And both of them first pitch swinging, going the opposite way. She is just so talented, one of the best in the business, great batting average, so much speed, and barreling up a pitch on the outer half. Off-speed pitch that she sits and drives.
There's Lauren Allred. 6, 7, and 8 here in the order for Texas Tech. Gator fans trying to make it tough. We asked Taylor Shoemaker about playing here in the postseason, and she said they bleed orange and blue around here, and they are used to seeing the Gators walk off the field as winners. The only team that's ever come in here in a super regional and eliminated Florida, the Georgia Bulldogs. They've done it twice. But the Gators have won 12 of their 14 home supers over the years. Two-one from Rothrock, gets a swing and miss.
Without a doubt, Rise Ball's jumping more today. It was flat yesterday, and that is a hittable, fun pitch for hitters. You get a Rise Ball flat in the zone, and now it's got that late break.
She's a little bit more in her legs, get underneath that pitch, more movement.
Missed that high. Full count. Well, the sun has returned, the humidity has returned, so important, as Tim just told Holly, for Rothrock and this defense behind her to try and keep these innings short. And that's not going to help. Allred with extra bases. Davis wheeling around third. She'll hold there. And 2 in scoring position now for Langi Quiroga.
There's a lot going on this play, but first of all, Allred smokes this pitch. She gets it on the inner half, gets her barrel around this thing, almost clips a runner past the diving Madison Walker. And I'm surprised the angle that Wesolowski took on that, didn't cut it off, allowed runners to get to 2nd and 3rd.
So this is exactly what Jerry Glasgow was telling Holly Rowe a few moments ago. Chip away, start putting some good at-bats together, and they have done that here to open up the bottom of the 4th. And now you got Quiroga coming up. This is what she did yesterday.
Not just the long ball. Langi Quiroga, watch the bat flip after. I mean, just has so much sass, attitude, the way that she plays this game. And she was missing from this lineup for a long time, a big part of this power offense. Down here in the 8-hole.
Flew out to right her first time up. The one run across for Tech in the 3rd inning was a Jazz Burns sacrifice fly. So far, they're 2 for 7 with a runner on base. Inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
It's a nice pitch underneath the hands. I think that's a good take, though, on a good pitcher's pitch for Quiroga.
Foul ball.
And that's an off-speed rise ball that Rothrock is throwing a little bit more today. Not a lot off of it. Typically, a rise ball is about 69 miles an hour. That one coming in at about 64.
But enough to miss the barrel.
Absolutely.
Update 2 from Norman, Oklahoma. The Sooners still leading Mississippi State now 7-0 in the 6th inning. They're trying to force a Game 3 there. Gators trying to force a Game 3 here. Quiroga just got a bit of it.
She was hunting rise ball. A lot of times you don't want to hunt rise ball because against a pitcher like Keegan Rothrock, she's usually going to get the upper hand, but Quiroga kept her hands high, just missed that one.
1-2 pitch. Doesn't chase. As Nigeri Kennedy looks on, a solitary figure out in the bullpen. Chased in the 4th inning by the Gators. We have seen her on occasion return to a game. That is a possibility in college softball. Looks like they've also got that Chloe Riasetto out there loosening up if need be.
We've seen a few balls slip out of the hand of Keegan Rothrock. She's using that pitching chalk that was actually created by Alicia Ocasio, former Florida Gator. It's 100% chalk, so it's actually not rosin.
Full count. Quiroga coming home with the throw, and it's not going to be on line enough for Cahalan.
I'm surprised she didn't put down the tag.
Yeah.
Davis came back to get home plate because she was trying to go wide of the tag. I don't know if she thought it was a force or just assumed we don't have a play here. Cahalan comes home, and because of the throw, but Cahalan doesn't even put the tag on. But watch Mia Davis. I think she missed home plate, so she comes back to tag home plate because there was never a tag.
Yeah, the throw is in the dirt. Erickson, I don't know if she was surprised that the throw came home, but she did not even try to make the tag.
Yeah, she missed home plate, and watch, she'll come back and get home plate.
Yeah, and Marty Abzetian, the home plate umpire, does not call safe.
No.
Yeah.
Until after she goes back and touches.
Could prove to be significant now in a 5-2 game. And the number 9 hitter, Tony, pulls back on the bunt.
Still another miscue from Kenley Cahalan. She had 2 errors yesterday. If that throws online, they've got to play there at home. It was thrown in the dirt.
Yeah, absolutely. If that is not short hop to Erickson, absolutely that would be an out. Or you go to first and you concede the run.
Looks like they need new chalk, Rothrock is calling for.
Yeah, so that's pitching chalk, which is actually something new instead of the rosin, because it's what gymnasts use, rock climbers use. And she depends a ton on it, as Holly Rowe reported earlier. And Alicia Ocasio, I love that it's a former Gator pitcher that created the product.
Talking with the pitching coach, Stephanie Van Brakel, pro throw. Well, we had good drama in game 1, a 10-8 win for Texas Tech. More drama here, neither side giving away anything. Now Texas Tech trying to rally from a 4-run deficit. They've put one up here in the 4th and still working on more with nobody out. Already with 3 comeback wins in this tournament, including that big comeback against Ole Miss on 8 runs, 7th inning. And then they walked it off in extras. Logan Holloman is the pinch runner down at first base. Tying run here at the plate for Texas Tech.
And you got the big home run hitter, Mia Williams, on deck. This is where Haley Toney just trying to carry it over to the top of this lineup. Toney, ground ball, could be 2. The scoop, Cahalan turns, fires,
Walker can't hold on. And now runners at the corners with one out. And here comes Mia Williams.
It was her home run in the 7th inning when it was the difference maker. Former Gator.
Hit by a pitcher last time up. And again, that is the 4th time in the 2 games.
Trying to get underneath her hands. And you can see the way her hands move toward the ball. But this pitch in the batter's box, and you can see that back arm as she starts to rotate.
Well, and I think Tim Walton's going to argue that is she out of the box
in the river?
Because remember, Mia Williams got hit. This is the 4th time, but she got hit in this game. She did not move.
This is the Florida challenge. The previous play is under further review.
So they're going to see if the arm was out over the plate here and she moved it into it. You don't have to get out of the way of it if you're in the batter's box, but you can move into it.
Trying to determine if the pitch location is in the river or in the box.
I think that's hard to overturn. I mean, a lot of times we see that front arm hanging over, but because it's her back arm, I think it's still in the batter's box. You're the pitcher, though, so you probably feel different.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because you have to remember it's a 3-dimensional strike zone. It's not 2-dimensional just at the front of the plate. It continues, the ball continues to move. The question is, where she got hit, was her elbow or that forearm in the box, or was it in the river? And that's where it's difficult for pitchers, especially that have a lot of movement.
Especially when there's no more line in the batter's boxes.
Yes. Yeah, very difficult.
And what I was saying, too, is her last hit by pitch, she did not move. I mean, she knew it was going to hit her. She let it hit her, but she was in the box. And so it's definitely something. Mia Williams gets hit by a pitch a lot, 4 times already in 2 games.
This would be the 3rd of the game and the 4th free pass for Rothrock, and she's just really fighting against the perspiration as she has the entire game.
Well, this is where, as a pitcher, trust me, during the 96 Olympics, same sort of environment, superhuman in Atlanta, Georgia, in July, you've got to have multiple uniforms. You have to have multiple undershirts to change into every inning if possible. I mean, there's just things you have to do to make sure that you stay dry when you're in the circle.
Here comes Marty after they checked with Pittsburgh in the review center.
After review, the ruling of the hit by pitch stands. This is Florida's first challenge of the game. They have 1 remaining.
Coaches get 2 challenges. If you win it, you keep it. So Florida does not win that one. They'll have 1 left. And more significantly here, the bases are now loaded for Jackie Liss. 3 home runs in her last 8 games. 0 for 2 so far today. She does have a grand slam on the resume this year. And now Jackie steps into the batter's box as the go-ahead run.
Liss had a hit off of a rise ball off of Rothrock yesterday.
Will it be a similar story to game 1? Quiet early and then an outburst late for Texas Tech. All 10 of their runs in the last 3 innings.
And this is 3rd time through the order. So this is where they make their adjustments.
Well, interesting to note for Florida, bases loaded, 1 out. They're playing their middles at double play depth here, especially with Jackie List being a right-handed hitter, if they can get a hard ground ball in the infield, try to turn a double play and get out of this bases loaded jam.
Rothrock didn't like something there. And we'll regroup and a 1-2 pitch.
Again, that off-speed rise ball, starting to use that a little bit more here.
That's not a swing and miss pitch, it's a miss a barrel pitch. Her regular rise ball is the strikeout pitch.
That's the setup for that pitch. Trying to make that 69 hard rise ball look a little bit faster after you throw it in about 64, 65.
But also one of the toughest
setup
hitters to strike out. Jackie List, only 9 Ks on the season.
This team has fewer strikeouts than anybody in the power leagues this year. 3 starters with less than 10. And a called strike 3 there. Just clipped the corner, 2 down.
That's a really good off-speed pitch by Rothrock in a pressure situation after a couple of rise balls at the top of the zone. She uses that changeup to pick
beautiful
up a
pitch.
big strike 3.
Everything else up in the zone. It goes downstairs with that changeup.
Jasmine Burns still with the bases loaded. Deep fly ball, way back, and the catch made at the base of the wall by Wesolowski. It stays in the yard by a foot. And Florida stays in front. We'll return after this message and a word from our ABC stations. 5-2 Florida lead over Texas Tech. Gainesville Super Regional Game 2. If Texas Tech comes back to win it, they are going to the World Series. If Florida takes care of business today, we've got a Game 3 back here tomorrow. Beth Mowens and the Olympic gold medalist, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. We got Holly Rowe with us down on the field. Tennessee is going to Oklahoma City. The first ticket punched. Maybe some more coming today. And Jocelyn Erickson, a one-woman wrecking crew today for the Gators. A 2-run home run, an RBI single, and she will lead things off here. Florida playing at home, but they are the visitor here in Game 2. One of the best run producers in Florida history, but it's her first 3 RBI game in a month, and a good time to do it as the senior tries to extend her career. First time she comes up today without Taylor Shoemaker at first base, or on the bases. First time she sees Samantha Lincoln, who was on in relief of Nigeri Kennedy, who got chased in the 4th inning. Pretty cool when we talked to her the other day, all the accolades she has. She's got a shot at making the Olympic team in a couple of years. When you asked about her legacy here at Florida, she said, "I hope people remember me as being an impactful person."
That's awesome.
Doing it on and off the field here in Gainesville.
And she's just come out with a different attack mode. I mean, she seemed a lot more hesitant against Caitlin Terry. Of course, the lefty that started for Tech yesterday came out against Nyjah. That's who she had prepared for this weekend. You could tell with her aggressiveness and her swings.
Has a national championship when she started out her career at Oklahoma. Would love to bookend it with another one at Florida.
Well, we talk a lot about her catching skills as well, but she's also an outstanding first baseman.
Yes.
She's played a lot of first base for the Gators when she's not behind the dish. She's a very talented athlete.
Trying to help Florida get to the World Series for the 3rd year in a row. Fouls another one off.
And this is amazing that she's top 5 in program history. And you mentioned it, Beth. She spent a year at Oklahoma, so she's doing that damage in 3 years' time.
Well, it would be impressive if they could do it, considering the heavy losses from their World Series team a year ago due to graduation and transfer, including Mia Williams to Texas Tech. Kendra Falby, who was their first base coach, one of their star outfielders. Erickson is seeing a lot of pitches.
And how about both lines, too? Every pitch before that was away. She battled it off down the left field line. That one was a changeup. She drove it out of the stadium. Foul.
10th pitch of the AB coming.
Well, and ironically, lefties actually have a higher batting average against Lincoln than righties do. Lefties at 250, righties just a little over 200.
This is the other consequence we've talked about with all the offensive firepower and the strike zones this year. A lot more foul balls. That's 5 straight foul balls. It's tough to strike people out. Erickson refuses to go down, and a base hit, her 3rd of the game.
Wow. What a great at-bat.
Have yourself a day. The senior coming into this one after struggling yesterday. The big home run, her first at bat, back-to-back singles now. But it's the 5 foul balls to get to that pitch. Finally breaks through. Leadoff single.
Ava Brown with a runner aboard. Just missed her inside. Couple of strikeouts, one looking, one swinging. She has a hit in 10 of her last 12, including 2 big swats yesterday. Lincoln in with the change for a strike. Former Player of the Year out of Massachusetts from her prep days. A little hotter in Gainesville today than in Taunton, Mass. And she is trying to keep the Gators quiet and keep her Red Raiders close. Full count. Brown got a piece.
Tim Walton tapping his watch, looking at Erickson, telling her to leave on time. Don't get caught off early.
Look at the numbers, too, for Ava Brown. 3 home runs the last 10 games, 540 batting average.
Hot.
She's their hottest hitter. 2 home runs yesterday.
Out in front. This is an offense top 10 in the country in home runs, slug, runs scored. They've hit a school record doubles this year. In the rough and tumble Southeastern Conference, 9 teams in the Super Regionals this weekend. A chance for 6 to get to the World Series. Called strike 3. That's the first for Lincoln. 1 down.
It's a great battle by Lincoln. This is the second time today that they've caught Ava Brown looking on a changeup. Nice pitch at the top of the zone. They get the call. 3 strikeouts today for Brown. First strikeout for Lincoln.
That'll bring up Townsend Thomas. Struck out in the first, grounded to short in the fourth. Drops down the bunt and beats it out.
This is where speed's just so much fun because Townsend Thomas, she's got power, she's got extra base hits, and I love how she gets her hand up that barrel and just deadens this ball. Use the legs for the back half, and that is a base hit. 2 here, now in the 5th.
Kendall Grover will step in. Check swing, and it goes right back to Lincoln, who flips it over to first. Runners on second and third with 2 out.
Shouldn't even think about going after the lead runner. That was a...
And when you flip to first as a pitcher, that makes you also think, maybe she doesn't like to throw overhand.
That was a long flip.
It was a long flip.
Effective in getting the out.
That's right.
And it's Kenley Cahalan singled. Back in the 4th, came around to score. The good sign for the Gators, their big 3, Shoemaker, Erickson, Cahalan, were 0 for 11 in game 1. They all have hits today in game 2. As Kenley Cahalan looks to pad the lead. A couple of years at the University of Alabama, now in her 2nd year in Gainesville, and enjoying career numbers and batting average, home runs, runs batted in. Just 21 years of age. She was an early grad out of high school.
Wow. Get up, Jasmine Burns. That just saved a run. Some hops behind the plate. She did not start this game either.
One-two pitch from Lincoln. Cahalan delivers again. 1 run is in. Thomas to the plate. 2 runs score. And Kenley Cahalan, a big comeback day for her after a rough one yesterday.
Well, this is where it's so important to be resilient. Cahalan battling pitches, is able to get through this ball to on the outer half, but look at the way she gets around it. A changeup, she loops it into right field, puts it on the green, and with the speed on the bases, especially Thomas at second, puts 2 more runs up on the board for Florida.
Here comes Madison Walker, a 2-run home run, her last time up, and Cahalan will catch Tech napping on the throw back to the pitcher, and she steals second.
Delayed steal, and that's a Texas Tech move.
Yes.
That's something you see Tech do on the base pass. Do not see it a whole lot from this Gators team, but you wait for the postseason.
And part of that could be because Lincoln tossed the ball underhand, so they're forcing the hand of Lincoln Maybe not wanting to throw back towards second.
Walker fouls that one off. The Gators today batting .500 with 2 outs, and they've scored 4 of their 7. You know they must have been stewing for a bit after the former Gator Mia Williams beat them yesterday with a 2-run home run in the 7th inning. The game plan sound. The strike came early with the Erickson 2-run home run in the first. The joint has been jumping since the start, and they have kept the pressure on and a lot of traffic on the bases.
Well, it was a game that they handed to Tech in a lot of ways. I mean, there were multiple errors that cost a lot of runs, a lot of unearned runs. In fact, Rothrock came out of the game with no earned runs she had given up. So the Gators go, hey, we're a better team than what we showed. And by the way, they still scored 8 runs against Caitlin Terry and Nija Kennedy.
Well, and that's why it's imperative, too, for the Gators to continue to put up more runs, because you know this Texas Tech team can be explosive, especially late in the game. They were yesterday.
Walker pops it up. Williams on the grass, and it drops in for a base hit. And both sides have now lost an easy pop-up in the sun. And a run scores for Florida.
I don't know if Mia Williams loses this in the sun, and Caitlin Terry's far deep enough, but she just gives up on it. They both do. And I don't think Mia lost in the sun. I think she thought Caitlin Terry was going to come get it. And this is late in the season for a miscommunication, a ball to drop in. But again, different lineups, different positions. Caitlin Terry started this game in left field. She just came into right field this inning.
And how about Cahalan, right? The stolen base being at second, opportunity to score because of that heads-up play getting to second.
They're making all the hustle plays, and Texas Tech making the uncharacteristic mistakes. If Wesolowski goes yard, the run rule comes into effect in the bottom half of this inning. Base hit will be extras. McClellan, they're going to wave her around and try and score. The throw to Burns is high, and another run plated for Florida. RBI double for Wesolowski, and more damage with 2 outs from Florida.
Wesolowski finding the gap into this, and to me it's about the reactions from Florida. Getting another run on the board, and after coming around to score all the way from first base as Tim Walton sends her in. Watch the reacts as she slides home. Gabby Camilla right there in the on-deck circle. This is something they definitely have felt overnight to be able to respond like they are right now.
And guys, with the throws that we've seen to the plate from Texas Tech today, Tim Walton does not even have a yellow or a red light at third base. It is all go, because that wasn't even a throw from the outfield. That was a throw from short on the cutoff. And now that run rule run is out at second base. If the Gators can get it home, Texas Tech would be up against it in the bottom of the 5th.
And this is huge for Florida, especially for Rothrock. If they could take 2 innings off of this game and pick up a win, that would be massive for their ace pitcher.
And do it against Nija Kennedy. Let's send it down to Holly Rowe. Holly?
Well, guys, I checked in before the game with Jerry Glasgow of Texas Tech about his plan for his pitchers today. We saw Caitlin Terry start the game yesterday. Nija Kennedy came in relief. Nija started today, but he does not want to bring Caitlin Terry into this game to pitch if he can help it. He wants to try to save her for tomorrow. So don't be shocked if we see Nija Kennedy come back in this game. Sam Lincoln was the backup plan today. She was always coming in second. this is going to be really interesting to see the decisions that Texas Tech makes right now, knowing they may have to play a game tomorrow unless they have a furious comeback here late.
Yeah, Holly, they had some arms up in the bullpen earlier, but it's been quiet out there now for the last inning.
Yeah, I don't think there's no way they bring Nyjah back into this game. Stay away from Caitlin Terry. They've got a couple other pitchers on the bench if they need to.
Yeah, I don't think you see Nyjah in this game until you tie it up or take a lead if you're Texas Tech.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Gabby Comia. The 2-out rally for Florida and a 4-run 5th inning. Draws the walk, and here comes the top of the order. And Taylor Shoemaker. Such a game of momentum. Swinging in Tech's favor yesterday and back to Florida today.
Well, and sometimes you make your momentum. The Gators did that from the first inning.
"16 runs in the last 8 innings for Florida." Wow. Off of Texas Tech pitching. Catches the corner for a strike. 0-2. Nyjah is back up in the bullpen. If Shoemaker gets a base hit right here, Texas Tech may not have an opportunity to take the field again. A trickler to third, and everybody's going to be safe. Bases loaded for the home run hitting Jocelyn Erickson.
Everything going right for the Gators. Even the miss hits. There couldn't be a hotter hitter this game than Jocelyn Erickson. All 3 times, all 3 hits, including a 2-run shot back in the first.
Remember, even though the Gators are at home, they are the visitors in this game too. So Texas Tech would still have another at-bat if Erickson can get at least 1 run in. And then, of course, still in the back of your mind is Texas Tech scoring 8 runs in the 7th inning to rally to beat Ole Miss last week.
Well, and then there is the strategy, if you do bring Nyjah in, it is to try to keep from being in run rule territory, to make Rothrock throw extra innings. So that's probably why they do actually have her up. But if that's the case, you maybe want to put her in an.
I was going to say, now would be a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she may not be warm.
I mean, it is 95.
Yes.
Erickson pops it up. And that will end the inning. 9-2 Gators. And a must-win game 2 for them. Thank you very much, Matt. The Florida Gators right now in charge 9-2. Game 1, 9 hits, 4 homers, 8 runs, and they are doing well at the plate again in game 2. 13 runs scored with 2 outs. And after Texas Tech took game 1 yesterday, Florida trying to even the series and force a game 3 tomorrow. Congratulations to Oklahoma. The Sooners have beaten Mississippi State to even up their series, so they will play a game 3 tomorrow. The SEC would be sending another team to the World Series, the winner of that one. Tennessee is already there. Well, they're figuratively, they're not actually there yet, but they are going there. They were a national semifinalist last year, led by a fabulous pitching staff.
#1 in the country.
Taylor Pannell was a member of those Lady Vols last year. One of the 3 transfers that was on a World Series team, picking up All-America honors a year ago, and left those schools to come to Lubbock. Pannell, Terry, and Davis due up. Now if you're Keegan Rothrock, time is of the essence. Spend as little of it out there in the circle as possible, because it has been a common occurrence for her to throw 3 days in a row, and in all likelihood she would be the starter tomorrow for a 3rd day in a row if Florida wins this game.
Yeah, she's the arm. She's your ace in the circle, and she's going to be there in big games.
Pannell pops it up. 1 down. Holly Rowe.
You know, Keegan Rothrock is such a great story of resilience. When she was coming out of high school, she had a very severe surgery for compartment syndrome that got infected. She has had to fight her way back from that injury, had another surgery on her other leg. And so she has been limited in some of the conditioning things she can do. But this year, they've really gotten her in peak form. She's been doing extra sled work, extra running, and she feels very good.
Base hit up the middle for Caitlin Terry. Yeah, and they've been able to use Holly. They've been able to use her quite a bit. She led the SEC in wins. She's on the verge of a 30th win of the season if she gets it done. She also threw more innings than anybody else in the SEC.
Well, and the lion's share is because Ava Brown's injury came early. She's had to take on the workload. Look at that, over 200 innings pitched. The rest of the staff under 200 innings.
Well, and that's why them not getting the run rule was so big, because obviously if the Gators hold on to this, Keegan Rothrock will be the starter tomorrow, and you can see even as this game progresses that the stuff doesn't have the same bite. I mean, just so much work that Keegan has had to do in this entire season and this weekend.
74 pitches yesterday.
It's possible it's another hour out here in the heat, and maybe another 40 pitches if Texas Tech can keep extending this or make another stunning comeback. Gators left the bases loaded last inning when they had a chance for an 8-run lead.
Well, and the hardest thing is you're allowing this Tech team to see her now, 5-6 times through, and then going into tomorrow, all these looks Maya Davis is getting against Rothrock. She already had 2 hits against her in this one.
And that's the thing about Rothrock, is that she is a rise ball pitcher. 70% of the time she is throwing that rise ball. This is almost a case where you need to go to those secondary pitches, just something a little bit different. Try to keep them off balance, roll ground balls. Wow.
Swing and a miss.
And there's one of those secondary pitches, a changeup. And that one was outstanding. She sold it, great body language and movement on the release, and you could see it out of the hand that it was just a devastating changeup. Davis way out in front of that changeup.
Two down, it's Lauren Allred. Allred pops it up. Erickson, everybody looking around, and the Gators are going to smartly let that bounce foul. There is a significant issue with the sun this afternoon. These infield pop-ups have been an experience.
Yeah, you've got to practice going after these, and not with your glove, but your hand up. So you're throwing hand up to be able to try to make and communicating or catching over your shoulder.
But in that case, like, no one's losing in the sun.
No.
Like, you look at that replay, everyone's looking at each other. They're not even looking up. No one wanted that. Someone has to take control, and it can't be her. It cannot be your catcher. It's definitely got to be Erickson.
Well, and Erickson at first.
Yeah, they just made a switch. She was behind the plate. All red cannot take advantage and grounds it out. Quick work for Rothrock at a 9-2 Gator lead. How about today's rewarding performance brought to you by Capital One, and how about a couple of dingers?
Jocelyn Erickson, the senior, getting it done. 2-run shot back in the first inning. That got the Gators on the board. And then to make a further exclamation point, take it to the fourth inning, and it was Madison Walker, the junior, hitting her 10th of the season. Another 2-run shot. I'll see you, Jocelyn Erickson, off the scoreboard. I'll hit this one off the batting cage.
So for the Florida Gators, home runs number 107 and 108 on the season.
It's hard to find a team in the postseason that doesn't have 100 home runs as a team. Mm-hmm. We'd only see few teams the entire year, and now we're in double digits.
There's 5 of them still alive.
Yeah. And those teams, the length, right? It's not like they're all like 30 or 40. It is like everyone through the lineup in double digits.
And they're hitting them a long, long way.
Long, long way. Almost as
260s, 270s?
Almost as if the fences are too short.
Says the pitcher.
Oh, it's going to be a fun off season when we talk about the ball and the strike zone and moving the fences back and
the strike zone.
She mentioned the strike zone.
Did I say strike zone?
Did you?
Ava Brown stepping into the batter's box.
That's been good today. I think Marty Abazishan's done a good job controlling the game.
Shout out to Marty and Paul Eds and J.C. Bartley and Dustin Douglas today. The men in blue. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Florida. Ava Brown has struck out 3 times. She'll put this one in play, and Tony will sling it over for out number 1. Here comes Townsend Thomas. A bunt single came in to score in the 4-run 5th for Florida. Good backhand by Williams, 2 down. Hey, the NBA Eastern Conference Finals continue with Game 3 coming up tonight on ABC. The New York Knickerbockers up 2-0 on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Coverage begins with NBA tip-off at 7:30. That's also available on your ESPN app. Speaking of said ESPN app, and ESPN and ESPN2 got softball for you all afternoon and all evening. Number 1 seed Alabama is underway. They are scoreless early at the Rhodes House against LSU. If the Tide win today, they go back to the Women's College World Series. Oklahoma has already forced a Game 3 with Mississippi State. Nebraska looking to get back to the World Series. The Arkansas Razorbacks, will they be calling the Hogs from Hall of Fame Stadium for the first time in school history? They are 1 win away. Arizona State trying to knock out the defending champs later tonight. And then the slugging UCLA Bruins got, 3 home runs, I think, in their run rule win of UCF in their Game 1 last night, including a walk-off from Riley Slimp. If Florida holds on to win this one, we've got a Game 3 back here tomorrow.
I just think there's a lot of parity this year. We've seen it all year long. The mid-majors competing with the Power Fours. Power Fours, doesn't matter what position in the conference you come in, you can compete with anyone else.
Ground ball to short. And it's 1-2-3 for Lincoln. We'll return after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
And it's down to 2 out. She sends that one flying. It's out of here! Can you believe it? Payoff. Oh my goodness! Grand slam! Sack fly, and the Ray Runners comeback is complete.
Tiffany Green on the call in Lubbock last weekend. That 8-run, 7th-inning rally to then win it in extra innings. Do they have another one in them here today against Florida? They are down 9-2, and they have 6 outs to work with. Otherwise, we've got a Game 3 tomorrow right back here in Gainesville. Nigeri Kennedy, the starter today, and did not get through 4 innings. Florida got after her. And they got to the Texas Tech bullpen. And her postseason struggles continue after some shaky outings last week. And at the Big 12 tournament.
Wow, back-to-back outstanding changeups from Rothrock.
Again, worth mentioning, the number 2 that they believe in the most at Florida is Ava Brown, and she got hurt earlier this year. She's back hitting, but not pitching. So if you're wondering why Tim Walton stays with Keegan Rothrock, it may simply be he doesn't want to risk giving Texas Tech any kind of opening to rally and come back, even this late in the game.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to keep Rothrock in this game, because if you look at what happened yesterday, Miller in 2/3 of an inning gave up 4 earned runs. Oxley in 1 1/3 innings gave up 3 earned runs.
Yep.
Yeah, 7 of the runs that were scored came on the bullpen behind Rothrock.
They're going to dance with the girl that brung them. Two and two. Talani Quiroga, it's 8-9 and then the top. With really no weaknesses in this lineup. Almost doesn't matter where you are and who you're facing, but she does get Quiroga to pop it up.
Hey, a pop fly in the infield, caught. Tell you what, everyone holding their breath, not cheering. Usually off the bat, you think, okay, that's an automatic out, but we've seen pop flies, 3 of them drop in this game.
We've been doing this for 21 years together, gals, and I doth detest a bit of sarcasm in your commentary, Jessica. It's been a bit shaky with the fly balls today. That one secured by Cahalan, and now here's Haley Toney.
Yeah, you got to hope to roll ground balls to the right side and pop-ups to the left side when you're in that circle, because anything in the air to the right side has been trouble today.
Toney 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, came in to score in the 3rd. It was a one-run 3rd and then a 1-run 4th inning for Texas Tech. They have scored 10-plus runs in all of their NCAA tournament games thus far. But Rothrock has done a great job keeping them quiet today.
Well, and really the key for Rothrock today is what she does with that first batter of the inning. The 2 runs that have scored in the 3rd and the 4th, both leadoff runners were on base. She's somewhat limited the free passes. She does have 3 hit batters today with the 1 walk. Two and two.
The former Gator Mia Williams on deck. And back to the top of the order.
The other thing that Rothrock has done very good today, which we didn't see yesterday, is that she's somewhat limited the consecutiveness. So back-to-back damage being done against her.
Into the ground. Who's covering first? And it is Comia, the all-SEC defensive team second baseman. 2 down.
That is just great communication between the two. You have to remember, Erickson started out this game as catcher, so she's going to go get this ball because she knows that Comia is going to be there. That is trust, understanding each other on the right side of the infield.
She's blind on the toss. I mean, because she's left-handed, she can't see Comia, and she tosses it knowing she's going to be there.
2 down, and here's Williams, a ground out and 2 hit by pitches. To Williams. May get something to look at here. Three and 0. Green light for Mia.
Yeah.
This is the matchup that Walton was hoping to get in the 7th inning in game 1 when it was tied, but Rothrock was not ready to come out of the bullpen, and Mia Williams hit a home run that proved to be the game winner. Today, they meet again. Ball 4.
Again, just look at that pitch count now. 93 pitches. That's the win for Tech. Obviously, they want to get base runners. They want to get runs. It's always a possibility to come back and score a lot. But ultimately, if you're going to go 3 games, you want that pitch count to just keep going up for Rothrock.
This is the 7th time in the 2 games Williams has been on base. Hit and run there with Jackie Liss.
And Mia Williams, by the way, the only player in the country with 20 home runs and 20-plus stolen bases. That 2020 club, we haven't seen a member since 2024. It's hard to do. Power with speed.
Well, she's moved up into the leadoff spot 7th time, just the 7th time this year. Her OPS is over 2,000. And it paid off for Jerry Glasgow yesterday when he did get her an at-bat in the 7th, and she sent one deep. But right now, she's looking at the possibility of having to play a 3rd game tomorrow, back in her old stomping grounds. Here's the 1-1 to Liss. Grabbed at 3rd by Grover. Robs a base hit as we head to the 7th.
Wow, how about Kendall Grover? This ball is mashed at her. Perfect positioning, gets the glove out to get out of it. Gators picking up the bats.
Florida Gators in a must-win situation here in Game 2, and they are winning so far with a 9-2 lead as we head to the 7th inning. The Tennessee Lady Vols still the only team to punch a ticket. They take the first 2 games from the Georgia Bulldogs, and they are back in the World Series for the 10th time. There's the other side of the bracket. The top-seeded Alabama Crimson Tide are 1 win away. They're still scoreless. Underway with LSU today, and then the rest of the games coming your way later on, all afternoon, all night on ESPN and ESPN2. The If Necessary Game 3s tomorrow, and Kenley Cahalan deadens a bunt to open things up here in the 7th. Her 3rd hit of the day after going 0 for yesterday.
Just showing off all the skills.
Needing that. She's been good on that defensive side as well.
Cassidy McClellan. McClellan, who came in the defensive replacement for Madison Walker, getting her first at-bat. Last chance for Texas Tech in the bottom of the 7th will be Burns, Pannell, and Terry due up. Bunt laid down, and she'll be safe at first. Cahalan over to 3rd, and are they going to say runner interference here?
And bring the runner that's on 3rd all the way back to first base. That's what hurts the most.
See if McClellan is inside the baseline on the throw down, or is she in foul territory where she's supposed to be?
No, yeah, she is in that.
In.
And this is hard because you're out front of the plate, but you have to get back over to that right side, especially with the double first base. She does hit that orange bag. She was out of the base path as she was running down. It's just a question of when she gets back into it.
Walton still talking with the umpires. He does have 1 challenge left, but late in games, the umpires can go look on their own, and I think Tim is trying to convince him he ought to go look on his own. And they will not, so we will move on, and Cahalan will have to go back to first base with 1 out. Good job by the umpires there. They got that one right, and here's Wesolowski. RBI double in the 5th. Snap throw down, diving back in is Cahalan.
Cahalan faked like she was going to head to second base. Burns keeping an eye on her.
And Cahalan's going to try another delayed steal, and she is safe at second. It's the 2nd time she has done that to Lincoln and Burns.
Well, they're doing it to Lincoln because Lincoln is not comfortable throwing overhand. And so watch, she knows she's going. Look at her, she's faking. She's like, I'm gonna, and then as soon as she goes, she's forcing Lincoln's hand to be able to throw to Tony. And so exploiting that weakness.
And in that case, Jasmine Burns might just have to throw down to second base if Lincoln is hesitant to do so. Just a 3rd stolen base on this.
2 on the season and now 2 today.
Yes.
Runner in scoring position for Wesolowski. As it stands right now, the drama tomorrow will be thick as the humidity here in Gainesville. Will it be the end of the road for some incredible seniors? Catch is made out in right, and the throw in as Cahalan takes third with 2 outs. Will tomorrow be the end of the line for Nigeri Kennedy and a team built to win a championship? Will they be able to fight through it and get back to Oklahoma City for the 2nd year in a row? They still have 3 outs to play with today.
Yeah, with a payroll like nothing we have ever seen in the history of the sport, that is what Texas Tech has built. And they built it for one reason, is to win a national championship, but they got to get to OKC first. Gators trying to prevent that from happening.
Comia chopped to short, and a run will score. RBI infield hit for the number 9 batter as Tony struggled to get that one out of her glove on the transfer.
But this is all manufactured. I mean, you think about Cahalan getting on base with a drag bunt, stealing second, sacrificed over to third on a fly ball, and then Tony just not able to get it into her hand correctly. But Comia, beautiful job using the short game again. Second slap hit of the game for her.
Well, and how about the energy, the reacts from this Florida team? Completely different than what we saw yesterday.
Shoemaker with a couple of hits, on base 3 times today.
Curious, too, if they're just going to keep stealing on Lincoln.
Yeah. 18 runs in the 2 games for the Gators off of a pitching staff that had one of the best ERAs in the country. Both Terry and Kennedy were top 10 coming in. But when you come to Gainesville in the postseason, it's going to be a hard stretch to get through it. 12-2 as a home team in the Supers here at KSP. And they are 3 outs away from forcing a Game 3 tomorrow. Shoemaker doesn't reach. The latest in a long line of fabulous outfielders for the Gators over the years. Like Michelle Moultrie and Kirsty Merritt, Amanda Lorenz, Kendra Falby, Francesca Anea, who's on staff with the Gators as well. We asked Tim Walton if we should call Florida lead off you, and he said, how about outfielder you? And he's got a good point. Ball forward to Shoemaker. So that gets Erickson another AB. She's already got 3 hits today also. And there has not been any activity in the bullpen of late for Texas Tech. There was plenty of activity earlier. I don't know if they still have a warm arm available. Can Texas Tech rally for a second straight appearance in the World Series, or will it be Florida going back for a 14th time? As it stands right now, we will have to wait and play another day tomorrow to get the answer. What will the mindset be for Caitlin Terry and Nigeri Kennedy? They've both been chased in the first 2 games. How much gas left in the tank for Keegan Rothrock, who may have to start in 95-degree heat for the 3rd day in a row for the Gators? And there's all those hitters, Jess, waiting, just waiting.
I think there isn't a hitter in this lineup for either team that hasn't had some moment. Yesterday for Texas Tech, actually both sides. I mean, 18 runs between the 2 teams.
12 today. It is a good year to be in the box. Not quite as much in the circle. You just have to be resilient. You can't be afraid to use your, again, all your pitches.
Somewhere out there, Debbie Doom is just shaking her head. Just shaking her head. Where are the days of 1-0? Well, they're at Knoxville, Tennessee, actually.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting because both staffs here are primarily the same. The rise ball, changeup type pitchers, a little bit of screwball, curveball. Where's the drop ball?
Erickson doesn't get enough of that one. On the run, Davis, a long way to go, all the way over into left field to make the catch. Last chance coming up for Tech. Otherwise, we've got a game 3 tomorrow.
Keegan Rothrock has been outstanding for the Gators in this must-win game. Junior getting it done at the top of the zone with that rise ball, working a screwball in the outer half. But it's been the changeup that has been so effective. Spinning the ball. Pitch count approaching 100 pitches. Has limited free passes, but guys, it's really been that defense behind her that has been much stronger this afternoon.
And again, the respect for the Texas Tech lineup from Tim Walton does not want to take her out and run the risk of going to the bullpen before they lock down a Game 2 win to force the if necessary tomorrow. So Keegan is back to work against 3, 4, 5 in the Tech lineup.
Well, and she did a good job earlier in the game, and you take a look at how successful she has been to be the 4th Gator with multiple 30-plus win seasons, which is incredible. But through the first 5 innings, she did a really good job of just limiting the number of pitches per inning. She only had 1 inning in the 4th where she was above 20 pitches for that inning.
Just the 1 run allowed in the 3rd on a Jazz Burns sac fly and a run in the 4th on an RBI fielder's choice. Otherwise, there has been not much doing. Just 5 hits for Tech off of Keegan Rothrock today. Already today, the Oklahoma Sooners a win over Mississippi State. That forces a Game 3 tomorrow in Norman. And now the Gators trying to get another one tomorrow as well. Meanwhile, at the Rhodes House, Alabama has gone up 1-0 on LSU, trying to close that series out. Kristen White scoring on a wild pitch. Just missed away, 1-2.
Good job by Burns not to chase that pitch out of the zone. That is tough. Pitch prior was the off-speed rise ball.
Burns, and that bounces off of Grover's chest. And a base runner for Texas Tech. And the slow build back can begin.
Burns just gets around this pitch on the outer half. They're going to call that a base hit to Grover because it was hit hard, but not as hard as what you would think. 63 miles an hour off of the bat. It's definitely a ball she would like back.
Looks like they will pinch hit here for Taylor Pannell, their cleanup hitter, and go with Desiree Spearman. Interesting move, both right-handers. But Pannell was 1 for 3.
I think he definitely wants to get Spearman a look at Rothrock. She got in a bat against her yesterday. So you look at between Burns, Panel, and Terry, who are all up this inning, he picked Panel.
May pay dividends today or tomorrow for Texas Tech.
You see Spearman come into almost every Texas Tech game as a pinch hitter. That is her biggest role. She has started as well. Plays left field, but lately that has been the role Jerry Glasgow has for her.
Foul ball. She's 2 for 10 this season as a pinch hitter. And now the official score changed that last play to an E5. And the first of the day for the Gators. Do we concur?
I concur. That's a good decision.
I concur. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Rothrock, 1 down. The Gators 2 outs away.
Rothrock attacking at the top of the zone, and see the spin location on this pitch. Takes a little bit off it. That's about 65 miles an hour.
Is that a slow rise, Smitty?
It's a slow rise. There you go.
Caitlin Terry fouls one off.
This is the bat that's been quiet for me. She had a single earlier today, but you're used to seeing her hit a lot of doubles, finding the gaps, and she's kind of had that same swing, fouling off pitches to left field. Her outs have been to the left side of the field.
2 for 7 so far in the series. Chop to second, backs up Comia. She's only got the play to first. 2 down with Burns to second, and Maya Davis is the last chance. Otherwise, we go to game 3 tomorrow for a spot at the World Series. Couple of singles and a run scored for Maya today. One of 2 active players with 300 hits in their career. Deanna Jennings at Duke, the other. Steps in with that split grip. Senior out of Lovelady, Texas. And the active hits leader and stolen base leader in the country.
Both her hits were the same. To the left side of the field, one through that 5-6 hole, one a line drive to left field. Right now, they're trying to get in on the hands. Because anything middle away, Maya Davis has done a great job of just handling that. That's her short game background. She can stay inside out of ball with the best of them.
Ground ball to second. This could do it for the Gators. And they win game 2 to even the Super Regional. 10-2 the final. As they hand Nigeri Kennedy her 3rd loss this month.
How about the response from these Gators? We talked about it. Jocelyn Erickson, Taylor Shoemaker, the big bats in this lineup struggled yesterday. Well, I'll tell you what, Erickson, that 2-run home run, it set the tone for the entire game. She ended up having one of the hottest games that she's had all year, and it just kept on going from there.
So the bracket does not change and add another team to the World Series. It is still only Tennessee, as both Oklahoma and Florida force, if necessary, game 3s tomorrow. Plenty of softball still to come all day long on ESPN2 and ESPN. We've got UFL football coming up next with Birmingham and Columbus. For our entire crew, I'm Beth. We'll see you back here tomorrow.